Hello, I am Elizabeth MacLeod Walls, and I have the privilege of serving as the 15th president of Jewell College. I'm here with my colleagues today at the Black Archives of Mid-America, Kansas City, to share a special announcement with everyone in our larger Kansas City region. I'm joined by Dr. Rodney Smith, Vice President for Access and Engagement at Jewell, along with Bill Gautreaux, Chair of the Board of Trustees, and Dr. Carmaletta Williams, Executive Director of the Black Archives of Mid-America, Kansas City. At Jewell, we are deeply committed to fostering an environment that is inclusive and welcoming. Our trustees, faculty, and staff have thoughtfully and intentionally worked for the last several years to create a diverse and equitable culture that reverberates throughout the campus and beyond. Thanks to this intentional and ongoing effort, this past fall we welcomed our most diverse class in history. Our aim is to advance the shared prosperity of our region by educating and graduating diverse critical thinkers who are devoted to creating opportunities without barriers for everyone in Kansas City. In order to advance this vibrant future for Kansas City and for William Jewell, the Board of Trustees and I recognize that it is time that we address and speak into our history as an institution of higher learning founded in 1849 by landowners, many of whom migrated to western Missouri from the American South. With the support of the Board of Trustees and numerous organizations throughout Kansas City, including the Black Archives, whose partnership is of such importance and value to us, I'm announcing today the founding of a Racial Reconciliation Commission at Jewell College, chaired by Dr. Rodney Smith, that will seek to find and express both an historical and moral truth about the racial history of Jewell College, spanning the years of our founding until today. This will include acknowledging that many of our founders were slaveholders, and it is likely that we will discover that enslaved people worked on our campus. These are historical facts that we cannot change, but we can and we will give our community the space through this year-long initiative to recognize and understand how our past informs our present and how it will shape our future. While this endeavor is specific to Jewell College, it also is reflective of the moment happening throughout the region to reconcile with our troubling history of racism in greater Kansas City. I'm proud to serve as president of a college that embraces this effort as an opportunity to reconcile with that history and to give voice to a past that, for too long, has been silenced.
Thank you, Dr. MacLeod Walls. This is an exciting time for Jewell College. I'm extremely proud of the college's leadership in taking actionable steps towards understanding our history as it relates to our future. Research is currently being compiled by Dr. Andy Pratt, Dean Emeritus of a chapel, and Dr. Chris Wilkins, Associate Professor of History, as well as the research of Dr. Wilkins' students regarding the slaveholding of Jewell's founders and the influence of those founders on the early decades of the college. This research is not only pivotal to the Jewell community, but can provide insights into the American life of yesteryear, while helping us to connect the dots of our contemporary issues around race. The commission that Dr. MacLeod Walls mentioned will be an important way to gather perspective from a broad cross-section of voices, including alumni, students, faculty, staff, administrators, and community partners. The group will help guide the college's activities related to the findings that surface from the research. We are grateful for the support of the Black Archives of Mid-America, Kansas City, the preeminent repository of African American history in our region. With this partnership, Jewell's research will be one of the first from a college or university west of the Mississippi River to be documented and preserved by the archives.
On behalf of our Board of Trustees, I am here today to express our eagerness to embrace our role as the critical thinking college of Kansas City. As such, we are dedicated to an intensive inclusion where all students have access, are welcomed, and are part of a culture that strives to create a sense of belonging for all of our communities. By acknowledging our past, we embark on our journey of being the best version of ourselves that we can be. Thank you, Dr. MacLeod Walls and Dr. Smith, for your leadership, and to everyone who has agreed to serve on this commission. This is an important endeavor as we look to understand the college's history through this research and use it as a lens to guide future decisions and conversations. Thank you also to Dr. Williams of the Black Archives Mid-America, Kansas City, for supporting our work to align our organization's goals and provide an educational resource for our communities.
The Black Archives of Mid-America in Kansas City is devoted to uncovering the rich and multifaceted history of the Black experience in this region and throughout the country. When I learned of the decision by the Jewell College Board and President to research, recognize, and reconcile with its racial past, and in particular its origin story that includes founders of the college who owned enslaved people, we were excited and privileged to join the effort. We are a premier research archive focused on all aspects of the African American experience, and we're committed to giving of our expertise and primary source material to ensuring that this meaningful effort, under the leadership of Dr. Rodney Smith, is supported, documented, and celebrated by the archives and the community. I congratulate Jewell for stepping forward with dignity and transparency to embrace this important work and to look to the future, which is focused on inclusivity and belonging for all people. This good work begins now and launches without assumption, but with the knowledge that facts aren't frightening, that we will not defend the indefensible, and that we will continue to embrace justice and equity in the face of and in response to our past. On behalf of the Black Archives of Mid-America in Kansas City and the African American community, we welcome this effort and look forward to hearing news of your findings and your journey. Thank you.